Hello, I'm Jennifer Dice with the Leadership Recruitment and Oversight Committee, and today I have Kenneth Johanssen with me. Welcome, Ken.
Welcome. Thank you. I appreciate the time.
No problem. All right, let's get started with the first question. How do you plan to encourage and solicit club members to volunteer to serve the club at any and all levels?
I've been a member of this club for 25 years, and during that time, I've had a lot of experience with helping clubs. As a region president, we had two clubs that we almost lost that we were able to bring back. I was on the original finance committee with Gail Harrower, where we worked with all of the clubs and units on their finances, and so the answer to the question is those of us with a lot of experience, I think, can mentor those new people who are coming in and on a one-on-one basis. So yeah.
Wonderful, thank you. Question 2. Developing a comprehensive training program has been one of the topics repeatedly discussed at the annual strategic meeting and is included in the club's strategic plan. How would you establish and promote a training program and schedule the training of incoming officers at all club levels, local, region, and international?
Again, those of us that have been around a while, I think we can create an outline of what we need to do to train new people coming in. Because again, we those of us that have been around a long time, I think we have a lot to offer those new people who are coming in. And so, yeah, basically, I would do a kind of an outline training program, which we could roll out to all of the units and clubs.
Thank you. Question 3. What are your ideas for member recruitment and retention?
All clubs are, I mean, all social clubs such as ours, the Airstream Club, Boy Scouts, you name it, are struggling with membership. It seems that these days people just don't want to join. So we have to be a club that people want to join, and so it takes and the club that we must have is its events, its rallies that we do, and that's what will attract members. And then secondly is we have a lot of new members coming in and they don't rejoin. So we need to either contact each person when they do not rejoin, or if it's too many, then maybe take a statistical sampling of those and find out why they didn't rejoin. And then I think it needs to be discussed at the EC level as to what we can do to make it attractive and learn from, you learn from your mistakes. So so that's what we need to do. I think that's a minute.
All right. Question number 4. What are your thoughts about confidentiality and using a non-disclosure agreement or not to limit topics that can be shared with the broader membership until which time it is appropriate?
I am a CPA, and there isn't any other profession that knows about confidentiality more than a CPA by profession, by training. So we understand confidentiality and the need for confidentiality. And from time to time, there is a need for a non-disclosure agreement, understanding that we know that contracts such as this is one of the lowest forms of human communication, but sometimes necessary. So if the agreement is specific and something on something that we're working on, then I think it's probably a good idea to have a non-disclosure agreement.
All right, thank you. Question 5. How would you promote communication, harmony, and relationship building between the region officers and the executive council members for the betterment of the club?
Well, again, it comes down to communication. And oftentimes, and I've learned over the years that people always talk about communication. And if I am saying something that you want to hear, we're communicating. But if I'm saying something you don't want to hear, then we're not communicating. So again, it all goes back. I mean, it's kind of the same answer to the other question. It's all about communication and keeping in touch with the IBT members and the EC. And you know, and again, it's not going to be perfect. Sometimes we're going to miss it, and we may stub our toe, but we need to fix it. So I think again, communication, talking to each other, inviting the IBT into the EC meetings, and having the EC committee invited in the IBT meetings, and work together. It's all about working together.
Absolutely. Thank you. Question 6, and the last one. How can you make the club accessible to the working crowd and those with limited schedules?
Again, it's all about events, and we have to be in touch. Each club has to be in touch with their membership and know the needs of their membership. I think, you know, the newsletters is a great communication tool. I know there's been a discussion about social media. I think social media is great because it's another tool. We need tools to communicate with our members, and so, you know, we need the Blue Beret magazine and social Facebook and such, and one-on-one discussion, and working with the unit presidents to work with their people to find what their needs are. Again, it's all about understanding and talking. I mean, if people, you know, the worst thing you do is nobody talks or nobody says anything, then nobody knows what's going on. So you have to constantly communicate, you know, what's going on. So, and again, I've seen units go from nothing to 300 members, and working families, and bringing those people in. And so, yeah, I mean, I could talk for hours on this subject, but I know I have a minute, so I'm kind of.
No worries, no worries. Well, that concludes the questions that we have and the interview. I want to thank you today for chatting with me and for applying for the Executive Council.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure.